Have you ever felt like you're bored with your life? Or have you ever felt like there are many and lots of problems happening in your life? Well, I must say that at some point, that's how I felt about my life. I tried doing my usual hobbies. It doesn't spark my interest like usual. I tried playing with my friends, but it doesn't feel right. I tried doing something new. Maybe I was just bored with my usual hobbies, but for the love of God, I cannot be interested enough to do anything. It was one of my lowest point in life, and I felt like I have no will to do anything with my life. But then, on a random day, out of the blue, an online friend of mine that I haven't talked to in months messaged the friend group, "Hey, let's make a story." And that message, such a simple request, changed my life a lot. Ever since that day, I've started writing stories. I made world buildings. I made characters. I made lots of OCs. And to this day, I still write and hope to see that I can publish my story into a book one day. Fiction is a way to express oneself. It's a way to let your imaginations run, fly freely like the wind. It's and because of that, that's why I really like writing. It makes me express myself more easily. And while I was writing my story, one aspect really struck me the most, and it's writing characters. Writing characters is not just putting a name onto a template. It's not just putting a label onto a design. It's you need to put personality. You need to put traits, struggle, goals that these characters have. Now, what makes a character work? What makes this character be loved by the audience of the story? And it's because of the personality that they have, the struggle that they went through, the goals that they must achieve. It's interesting to see how their character, their personality, their traits interact with the obstacle that they are given in the story to either succeed or fail, to either strive or fall. It's very interesting to see. Now, how does this relate to what I said in the beginning? The problems and boredom. Well, it's because these characters have a relatability aspect. Each character have their own struggle, and these struggle are the things that people experience in real life. For example, from Star Wars, there's this character, Anakin Skywalker. His slow descent into the dark side because he fears that he will lose the love of his life, Padme Amidala. And and then there's Spider-Man. He has such a massive responsibility at such a young age. He needs to be a superhero, but he at the age of a teenager. And then there is a villain from Naruto named Obito. He has an idea of a perfect world because of his grief and his feeling of betrayal because of what he experienced. These characters may be fictional, but the struggles, the problems, it is people many people in this world, in the world that we're living in, suffer from that. A character doesn't need to be relatable to be good. Some character instead can be an inspiring character. They serve to teach us moral and life lessons, or just any lessons in general. For example, Superman. He is an alien that got sent into Earth because his planet was destroyed. And when he grew older, he became a superhero for mankind, for humanity itself. He became a symbol of compassion, courage, kindness, and hope. And then there is a quote that I really like from Sonic the Hedgehog. It goes by, every world has its ends. I know that's kind of sad, but that's just the way it is. That's why we gotta live our life to the fullest with the time that we have. And then there is Goku's mentality from Dragon Ball, where hard work is the key to success. These characters, instead of being relatable to problems that people face, they they serve to teach us lessons and be inspiring. They're supposed to be an inspiration for us to move forward. These characters are very important in stories because they are the main attraction in the story. These characters is how the plot develops, and these characters are essentially a tool for a message that the author is trying to send to the world. Now, fiction is a beautiful thing. It can, it's a form of entertainment, whether in the form of movies, series, TV shows, comics, novel, video games, lots and lots of more. But it can also be a lesson. It can give us a perspective of on something, a perspective of life, or maybe it it can give us an insight of an existing problem in our world. It's a false reality that speaks the truth. And reading novels is really fun, or watching series. But writing is also fun because you can really express yourself by writing. Maybe you don't need to make a story. You don't need to make characters. You can instead do journaling, or maybe do diaries, make a review of of something. Anything works. Each person have their own hidden struggles, a hidden battle that they face every day, whether it's mental illness or anxiety, maybe poverty. It's just many more. And it's truly devastating to know that many people and almost everyone in this world suffer from that. And that's why I really encourage you all to start reading novels or watching any type of series, because these novel and these series, most of them and lots of them are a call out of a problem in this world. Maybe sometimes an author creates a whole story venting about and ranting about his problems. And sometimes there are many stories out there that exist to send out a message that there are many problems that exist in this world: genocides, poverty, world hunger, many things. There are many stories that exist that's trying to make us aware that this problem is a serious thing in our world. So that's why start reading more novels. Or if you don't prefer reading, watch movies or any TV shows. If you want to take it more interesting, go find uh, a a novel from the internet, a web comic, a YouTube web series. Yes, anything works. You can start by maybe reading reviews, reading summaries of the story, and then the rating, the genre. You can research about that and then find one that really interests you the most. And with all that said, it comes back to show that I'm really passionate about fiction. The way that characters interact with the world, the way characters develop, the way the plot develops, or the way that the world works in fiction. Each story, there, no matter if it's based off real story, based off our real world, a real tragedy, or completely fictional. It's really interesting to see how plot follows. And by reading or watching stories, every time I watch a new series, I always learn something of value. Mostly morals, but sometimes it's academics. Really, that's why reading novels or watching it's important, because it can give us a new perspective and lessons on something that either that we're not aware of, or it can give us a new perspective on something. My final message: write or and use your soul as your tool. Thank you for listening to my TED talk.